Our story starts back in 1844, and at Someri, England, where a group of weavers, fed up with the high price of company store groceries, pooled their money to buy their own food, creating a new form of business, the cooperatives. The idea caught on. Here in the US, President Roosevelt gave electric cooperatives a jump start with the founding of the Rural Electrification Administration, the REA, telling American farmers and ranchers, if you want electricity, you can do it yourselves. And they did. Rural men and women quickly began scoping together the $5 needed for membership and equity in the co-op. Up went the poles and wires and lines to bring rural folks with that so desperately needed power. Soon, electric cooperatives popped up all across the country, transforming the way of life in the rural America. Today, there are more than 900 electric co-ops in the US, bringing electricity to some 42 million Americans. So how do cooperatives work? First up, cooperatives are not for profit. Money comes in from members when their electric bills. Money goes out to pay co-op expenses, a little bit of set aside for emergencies that the future. I'm pretty sweet, huh? But not just about money. Co-op exists only to serve their members. They have a unique set of cooperative principles. All may join regardless of race or gender or creed. That's the first principle of cooperatives: voluntary and open memberships. Members vote for the directors to lead their co-op. They vote yay or nay on the big issues majority rules. That's the principle of democratic member control. Everyone pays a little money to become a member. An owner. We call that principle a participating economically. Cooperatives believes and invest in education, training, and information that makes sonert and set them apart. Cooperatives stand their own two legs. Decisions are made locally for local people. We call that principle autonomy and independence. But cooperatives also work together. They join forces to restore outages after storms, get financing, do research, and speak up in the halls of government. We call this hallowed principle. Cooperation among cooperatives. It was make us strong, and co-ops have a big heart. They help kids and industries and community. To grow, they give to hospitals and fire stations, ballpark and business. Cooperatives deeply demonstrate the principal concern for community. Community. Community is a cool concept. Communities are just groups of people, and that is the cooperative secret ingredients. It's the dedicated people who work day in and day out to provide reliable and affordable power. It's the elected people who shape the policies and tackle the big issues for the most important group of people, the members.
Meet Jane. Jane owns an electric utility, a credit union, a convenience store, and an insurance company. Wait a minute, is Jane a billionaire? Nope, she's just your average Jane, and co-op member. So, what exactly is a co-op? Co-ops start with people who join together to meet a need, not to make money. People who use or deliver the co-op services are its members. Since members own and democratically control the co-op, their knowledge and participation are key to its success. Co-ops exist to serve the community first, so they focus on bringing quality goods and services to their members. Co-ops are a great choice for buying local and keeping jobs in the community. Some co-ops even pay you when business is good. Who wouldn't like that? Cooperatives provide almost every good and service imaginable. And look around, they're everywhere. So take it from Jane. Take ownership. Join a co-op or two today.
Cooperation. You know what it is? It means working together as a team. In other words, putting our strings together to become something greater. Some companies are created by people who join together. to achieve a common goal through cooperation. These companies are called cooperatives, and the people involved are called members. This is Gabriel. Gabriel is taking part in Olympia, his school. These are his challenges: a running race, a spelling contest, and a drawing contest. Gabriel is a strong runner, but his spelling and drawing skills aren't as good to be successful in the Olympia. He needs the help of his teammates. Fortunately, his friend Aiko and Williams are on his team. Aiko is a spelling champ, breezes through the spelling challenge without a single error. Williams is the group's artist in the drawing contest. The dinosaur sketch is so impressive, but the entire class breaks into applause. Finally, the athletic Gabriel runs a successful race. Together, William, Aiko, and Gabe form a dynamite team by uniting their efforts around the shared goal. They win the school Olympia. Because we're always stronger together. If our three friends started a business, it would certainly be a cooperative. None of them would be a single owner or an employee. Instead, they would be equal members joining forces to pursue a shared good that they could not achieve alone. So that's a cooperative. In other words, belongs to a cooperative means working together for the common good.
Our word of the day is corporation. A corporation is a legal entity that's a separate and distinct from its owner. Corporation enjoy most of the rights and responsibilities that an individual possesses. That is, corporation has the right to enter the contracts, loan and borrow the money, sue and be sued, hire employees, own assets, and pay taxes. The most important aspect of a corporation is limited liability. That is, shareholders have the right to participate in the profits through dividends and or the appreciation of stock, but are not held personally liable for the company's debts. A corporation structure is perhaps the most advantageous way to start a business because the corporation exists as a separate entity. In general, a corporation has all the legal rights of an individual except for the right to vote and certain other limitations. Corporations are given the right to exist by the state that issues their charter. If you incorporate the state of the take advantage of liberal corporation laws by the do business in another state, you will have to file for qualification in state in which you wish to operate the business. There's usually a fee that must be paid to qualify to business in a state. What sets a corporation apart from all the types of business is that corporation is a independent legal entity.